It's Friday morning. It is the start of a long weekend and it has snowed overnight more than I have seen in quite a long time. So this is going to be a weekend of writing, of getting lots of reading in, and of taking advantage of the absolutely gorgeous weather. Let's go outside and enjoy it. It is early Saturday afternoon and it has been a very relaxed weekend so far. First thing this morning I did get a bit of writing in. I wrote about 1200 words. I also read quite a bit. I am currently reading, I will show you, Mage's Blood by David Hare, which is a giant, very political epic fantasy with a lot of characters to keep track of. I'm reading just about one chapter a day of this at the moment and I'm really enjoying it. We have just had an early lunch of pancakes. We are definitely taking it easy this weekend. And now the snow is melting quite fast. Our thermometer currently thinks it's about 15 degrees, which I'm not sure I believe, although it is surprisingly mild outside. So we are heading out for a walk to take advantage of the last of the snow. So let's get going. It is late on Sunday afternoon and what a difference we have had in the weather today. The snow is long gone and it has been replaced by howling gales and lashing rain. You may be able to hear both. As a result, we have been taking the day pretty easy. I actually started off by doing a good chunk of writing this morning. I wrote over 1700 words on a sort of background project that I'm working on. This is a book that I don't expect to be published anytime soon. I said in my last vlog that I am actually trying to write maybe 3 or 4 books in this series before any of them are released. And I don't expect to see results from this for a good year or so. But I realised the other day that I had taken taken a wrong turn with the first chapter of the book. Something about it was just not working. I felt that it wasn't a very good introduction to the main character because she spent most of the chapter on her own doing physical activities, and whilst the action in the chapter worked well, it was really hard to give a good sense of her personality from action alone. So I have changed things up and I've started writing a different first chapter, and I am much happier with it. It introduces some other characters that the main character can interact with and play off of, and actually it's going to introduce some interesting world building and plot elements that will come back in later on. So I'm really enjoying this project. It's one I've mostly been writing in the evenings, so I'm only about 6,000 words in, and like I say, I'm committed to it, but it is not my biggest priority right now. But once I'd had this idea for the revised first chapter, I just really wanted to start it, and I'm very glad I did. Other than that, I have done very little today. We went out for a brief walk, but it was very cold and windy, and the rain was just starting as we got back, so we kept that pretty short. I've been reading a little bit, I've done a little bit of cooking, a little bit of day job work and tidying up, but honestly it has been a very slow and quiet weekend. I will say I am reaching the point in the weekend where I am kind of ready to go back to work. Particularly after a long weekend, I pretty much always reach this state. I enjoy working and being busy, and there are only so many days of rest I can actually take. Now, bearing in mind that I also wrote and did little bits of day job work over the weekend, maybe you wouldn't even call these rest days. And yet I do feel a little bit restless by Sunday afternoon, and I'm ready to dive into something else. So I'm going to wrap up this vlog here. I hope you enjoyed all the wonderful snowy footage. This weekend has been really quite magical. It's a shame we are back to the wind and the rain, but that is pretty much what we expect here at this time of year, and the snow was just a nice surprise. So take care of yourselves everyone, and I'll see you next time.